Hey, welcome to another episode of Freedom on Fire. I'm your boy BOBTV, Rob Brown. And coming soon to a TV near you is the Bob Report or the Rob Report, when we're going to do special reports on certain things. And like my special report on the Dumb DNC series and things like that. Go check that out. It's pretty good. Anyway, I'm here to talk about the Russia BS is finally coming to being exposed, thanks to the guys over there at Project Veritas. At one time considered phonies, but now considered to be better journalists than half of the newscasters or news reporters out there in corporate media. So, I mean, it's funny. I tell you, I don't know where we. Boy, the lies our government come up with, the lies the political leaders come up with, and the gullibility of the American people. It's like they say it in the news, it must be true. No, most of the time if they say it on the news, most of the time it's not true. Investigate for yourself. Come to the conclusion for yourself. Do not let nobody talk you into BS. We knew it was BS all along. The whole point is the DNC screwed up. They screwed Bernie, and they need to pay for it. I mean, they really need to pay for it. Somebody need to go to jail for this. They undermined and colluded and schemed to rig the Democratic primaries. That is worse than Russia. Matter of fact, the Russia stuff is not true. Still no proof. This, we got all kinds of proof. And that's why I've been working on this People's Manifesto. Now you keep, I know people saying, Rob, you keep talking about this People's Manifesto, when you're going to come out with it. Something like this has to be done delicately. Let me see if I can bring this down some. All right, give me a moment. Give me a moment. Something like this has to be done delicately. You can't just rush something like this. And when I finish it, my question to you is, are you going to help me get it out there? Because this thing needs to spread like wildfire. We come to the time in America where we cannot depend on our politicians to do a doggone thing for us. And as Joe Stein would say, it's in our hands. As Bernie Sanders says, it's about us. It's about the people. The people are going to have to take over. The people is going to have to take the reins. Yeah, you still can have your political leader. Of course you want to have your political leader. You still got to have a Congress. Still got to have a Senate, House of Representatives. You still got to have different areas in government. You still got to have your president, vice president, and his cabinet. By all means, that doesn't stop. But in order for us to take control over that, in order for us to begin to dominate that, we got to make some systemic changes, because these things are not going to take place waiting on them to get in office. These turkeys are screwing you day by day by day by day, screwing me. Democrats, Republican alike. And I'm not going to say these independent parties are not going to screw you either. You can't trust somebody in media. You can't trust people in politics. Heck, you can't even trust the people on your job. You can't even trust your family. So why you think you're going to sit here and just believe? You got these people, and a lot of my friends, they sit there. You know, I seen a friend of mine sitting there, beautiful girl, beautiful lady. Grew up with her, wonderful. Standing next to Maxine Waters. I wish to God I was standing next to Maxine Waters, because I would call out on a bull crap. And I started to make a statement on her Facebook group, standing next to Maxine Waters. I started to say, you better watch it. You're going to smell like SH. You're going to smell like poop and doo-doo standing next to her. Because all that poop and doo-doo is going to get on you standing next to her. You stand next to doo-doo, you're going to smell like doo-doo. And Maxine is a bunch of doo-doo. I hate to say it. She's my sister, color-wise. But she's not worth 2 hills of beans. Have not done nothing for our district. Has not done nothing for the American people. And ain't gonna do nothing. A so-called social justice warrior, all she do is run her mouth on Trump, trash on Trump, and talk about him like a dog, and don't have no proof for it. Don't even mention to call him Trump no more. They call him 45. Very disrespectful. I'm not a fan of Trump, but I'm not calling him 45. That's just as bad as when they were calling him 44. And we would get upset over that. They disrespect the president. So Maxine Waters, phony. Hate to say it, John Lewis lately has been a phony. He campaigned for a woman who rigged the election, but yet, he gets on the news talking to, not Brian Gumble, not, talking on NBC saying, I cannot go to the presidential election. I haven't missed one since I was in Congress. I cannot go because I believe, and then he starts spitting that Russia crap. Hey, John Lewis, I believe that you campaigned for a real criminal, a real crook who undermined and schemed the election, yet you still went out there and campaigned for her. And your fellow freedom fighter, instead of you standing by his side, you was ready to take a knife and stab him in the back too. Now I'm getting off subject. As you know, I've been talking about this People's Manifesto. It's something very dear to my heart. It's my way of doing what I can to fix the narrative. I mean, it's my way to do what I can to call the American people to arms, not literally firearms, but rally us together around an agenda to send a strong, powerful message to the politicians that the buck stopped here. Politics as usual stops right here. And guess who's going to stop it? We the American people. This People's Manifesto, similar to Jeremy Corbyn's manifesto with the Labor Party, I can't make it a party agenda because it's not a party manifesto. You can't rally the American people around a party. Parties are segregation. This is what's dividing this country right now. Nobody does anything in the bipartisan matter much. They're cutting each other at the throats. I used to think it was this WWE relationship. Yes, on camera we hate each other, but behind closed doors, let's go get a drink. As long as we don't get caught hanging out, we can hang out. I used to think that. Is us letting these politicians, this is more powerful to me than Draft Bernie. It is more powerful than Justice Democrat. It is more powerful than brand new Congress. Because sure, you can get brand new people in Congress. Great. I'm not, believe me, I'm not crapping on them or doo-dooing on them. But this is something, these are the actions that we're going to take. It is not enough to just primary Democratic Party. It is not enough. If you're for that, fine. If you can take over it, fine. If you can draft Bernie, fine. I mean, if you can change the Congress, fine. The bottom line is, if you're going to really send a message to these politicians, you're going to have to do something to really smack them. Not physically now. Watch it. You're going to have to do something for as activism to smack them right in their face. We have to come together. We're going to have to organize, and we're going to have to rally around an agenda. And this agenda is called the People's Manifesto. Now, I can't be the only one to draw this stuff up. Like I said, I need help. I thank you for those who gave me ideas to put in the People's Manifesto, and they will be in the People's Manifesto because I believe that this is what the people want in majority. The basic things that I'm going to put on the People's Manifesto are the top 10 the top 10 things that America is a majority of. I mean, that progressives, Republicans, Democrats, independents all come together on 10 issues. And then under those 10 issues are more issues, but we're not going to really press those things in the face of the world and the politicians. The 10 major things are what's going to be on what we call the People's Contract, or what we call the People's Petition, or what I call the People's Contract. And the People's Contract precedes the People's Manifesto. The People's Contract just basically saying that not precede, but it follows the People's Manifesto. The first goal is we're going to have this People's Manifesto in a document highlighting the 10 things that we want to happen in America within the next 5 to 10 years. Not no later than within the next 5 to 10 years. Something that's easy and doable, and it doesn't take a lot of money out of our pockets. The government already have the money for it. And if you do need the money, we're okay with a little taxing in certain areas to pay for this stuff. But you cannot tax us until you deal with the military budget, the pork barrel spending, and things like that. I mean, I'll talk about that once I finish the manifesto. But it's basically going to these politicians and say, look here, Doc, I don't care who you are. I can give a crap whether you're Republican or Democrat. I'm not that type of dude. I'm looking for politicians that's going to go out there and really work for the people. Politicians who's going to be sold out to the people who are working for the people who put them in office. You know what you're going to get when you become a congressman? You know what you're going to get when you become a president if we put you in office? Set for life. 6 figures for life. Health care for life. Just about everything that you need. And guess who's going to make that happen for us? Us, if you play ball with us. That's how strong we're going to have to talk to these people. I don't know what's going on outside, but that's how strong we're going to have to talk to these politicians. Each one of them, from the local level to the national level, we got to get in their face and say, hey, this is what we demand. And if you're not willing to preach this, teach this, campaign on this, and activate this if you get elected, we don't want you. We're going to boot you out as soon as possible. I wish there was a way to do recalls in just about every state. Maybe that need to be in the manifesto, that if a politician do not do what we say that they should do within a certain time frame, or at least go down the path of doing it, we're doing a recall and get your butt out of office. We are tired of politicians telling us their vision for America and why you should vote for them. No, it's the other way around. We're going to tell you our vision, and we will vote for you if you commit to this vision. We don't want to hear about your mess no more. Shut up. Zip it. You've been talking for decades. Especially when it comes to my people, all these politicians, including Barack Obama, who I pretty much respected as a leader, who I campaigned for in 2008. Turned a flip in 2012 and went totally corporate, forgot about transparency and being progressive, and went totally corporate and started catering to the Wall Street bankers and the corporate interests and the military complex. He began to go that direction and at the expense of the American people. And people say, well, he had this Congress. No, Doc, don't use that Congress crap as excuse. That's just crap. That's just excuse. Because Obama could do what Bernie Sanders is doing. Call these people out. He should have been out there campaigning with any person that ran. He should have been primarying, finding somebody to run against those Republicans that was saying no to his program, and go to those areas and tell them why you need to vote for my guy and vote this punk out. He's trying to take health care away from you. He's trying to tax more of you. He's making prescription drugs higher for you. They're against me getting jobs for you. They're against the trade deals and me renegotiating the trade deals. He should have did that, and that's what Trump did. And like I said, and I hate to say this, man, Hillary Clinton was no match for that dude, and he sucked. He is he's a successful businessman. Let me stop. I'm not going to take that away from him. Billionaire. But entertainer. beat the brakes off Hillary Clinton. Beat the brakes off her. Well, she got 3 million more. That's because most of them came out of New York and California, people, which are blue states. She's supposed to get that many more. Her butt didn't go out there and campaign in the places that needed to be campaigned, and that's why she lost. We don't win on popularity. We win on campaigning the states. Winning the states. And she didn't win the states. She didn't care about winning the states. And she didn't, if she did, she would have worked hard and campaigned at each and every one of those states, no matter what. She would have shucked cow crap chips and squeezed cow nipples and cooked hot dogs at the football game. And she would have did whatever it could to connect to the American people. She couldn't connect to the American people. All she did was yappy, yappy, yap on Trump. Yappy, yap, 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 yap. And he said, I'm going to bring back jobs. I'm going to change the trade deal. You've been getting shift. I'm going to drain the swamp. We got to get rid of these crooked people and crooked Hillary and all that. I mean, he pumped them people up. And that's why he won. Now I'm getting off subject. And that's why we got to get to a position where the politician got to understand that you work for us. And if you want to get in office and stay in office, you better. So guys, on the first episode of Rock Report, I'm going to unveil the People's Manifesto. I'm going to talk about the 10 major things that people overwhelmingly agree with. I'm also going to say that even though there may be progressive values, most of the progressive values that we have are not progressive values. They're American values. And the biggest mistake you can ever do is slap a label on it, progressive. Because that's when you're going to stab yourself in the foot, back, and face. Because Republicans don't want to be called progressives, just like Republicans don't want to be called Democrats, and Democrats don't want to be called Republicans. Like I said, these labels or these party hats are what's dividing this country. Dividing it. It's never going to bring us together. I don't care if we go to war. I don't care if something tragic happened, which people sometimes manufacture that to bring the country together. They manufacture it, make it up, just like this Russia crap. Made up to get people to be hard on Trump. Brilliant idea. Problem is, no proof. And a baby who's just born can see through that bull crap. So we got to get ourselves in a position where we can apply political pressure on these congressmen, on your local mayor, on your assemblymen, on your community leaders. It doesn't matter. On judges, you name it. We have to let them know that you're beholden to the people, not yourself. It's not you that got you this job, honey. Honey. It's not you that got that job, honey. We got it for you. You didn't go out there and knock on all them doors for yourself, baby girl. Homie. Doc. You didn't do it by yourself. It was we, the people, who did it for you. You cannot win a campaign without people. And we got to send that message to them to let them know that you cannot win nothing without us. So I dare you to go into office and forget about us. I dare you to go into office and tell us to kiss your black, red, blue, Hindu, Buddhist, I don't care behind, and let us tell you how to, let us show you how to govern because we know more than you. And that's what it's been. They get in office and think, well, they put me in office because I'm smarter than them and I know more about you. No, Doc, because we don't want to have the energy to try to run the campaign. I mean, I thought about running for office for a local community board in the area. And I'm still thinking about it. Still thinking about it. But I want to deal with the bull crap. I mean, I've been to knock somebody out, man. I've been to drop kick them in the head or, power drive somebody as a politician. I can't do it, man. I don't understand to deal with people that's opposing you, and then you got to work out a deal with them to try to compromise and get things done. They don't even do that no more. That's why we have the People's Manifesto. It's basically, look, we the American people don't want to hear your vision. Take your vision for America and stick it up your behind. I don't want to hear it. Here's ours. Shut your mouth. I don't want to hear about it. Let us do the talking now. Let the American people do the talking right now. You're doing a horrible job as political leaders. We're looking at going to Trump. We're looking at going to freaking war over Syria with Russia because they're not even debating. They're not even going for a vote. This got to stop. They're making decisions without the American people. And in the manifesto, the Bible is going to say, no, you don't make no decision unless overwhelmingly the American people support you for it. And it got to be shown in multiple polls, not just one. Don't you make a doggone move until the people have spoken. You don't run this. We do. You're just managing it. These things have to be in the manifesto, man. I'm telling you, the day of of our political leaders making the decision without our approval has to die. It has to. And only when we have to do something to make it die. Drafting Bernie ain't gonna do it. Primary Democrats is not what, I mean, this is bigger than that. Changing the Congress, not gonna do it, because what we're doing is holding all these people that may get elected feet to the freaking fire. Not only hold it to the fire, tying them up by feet, by hand, and holding them upside down under some lava. And let them know, if you don't do what we tell you to do, we're going to dip you like chips in tortilla sauce. That's what the People's Manifesto for, and that's why I'm going to continue to talk about it. And I'm going to be talking about it, people, different campaigns and rallies. We're going to have physical petitions out there. Hopefully we can get people to help volunteer to get physically people to sign the People's Manifesto at Union Square, at Washington Park, you name it. We can get people to go online and sign the petition and make sure every politician from dog catcher to the president have a copy of it and said, you no longer lead without us. You lead with us. You follow our lead. You working with us. Not for us no more. You're working with us. So by all means, continue to give me ideas, inbox me. Like I said, I haven't had time because my work schedule, it will change soon, but I'll be getting with Ebon Kim on this show to talk about these things. I also have a gentleman, Vegematic, who's working on a short film on the people taking power back and how we can use that as a tool to take power back, how we can use that to apply political pressure and get these political leaders under our thumb a little bit. I don't want to say thumb. I don't want to act like we're lording over them. But just basically being more like a parent to these little kids out here. Fussing over crappy health care and things like that. We have to start being the big boy, the big girl in running this country. We're putting our country in the hands of a bunch of kids. Hillary Clinton, kid. Donald Trump, kid. Most of the people running office, kids. People who report on these people, dumb, act like dumb, ignorant kids. People like Joy Reid and Rachel Maddow, people who I respected at one time, are just partisan hacks. Would never say nothing against their party. Never. I'm a type person, I don't give a crap. I don't give a crap who you are. You come with some bull, I'm going to expose it. You try to hurt the American people, I'm going to call you out. And all this time, I'm exercising love for you because you need to be called out. Anyway, I'm done. I got to leave this alone. People's Manifesto. Continue to keep giving me ideas to put in the manifesto. Basic 10 things. Basically, I took Bernie Sanders' platform, Jill Stein platform, put it together. Added some things that I believe that American people overwhelmingly support. You tell me some things American people overwhelmingly support. Try to show me some kind of proof of the support if you can. We'll get this in the document. We'll get people to get it polled and put the number on by the side of the support of the American people concerning these issues. We're going to have the People's PAC, which basically says, me as American citizen are in 100% support of the People's Manifesto. I will not vote for any candidate unless they run on that manifesto. No running on the manifesto, no vote, get up out my face, go sit your butt down and go talk to somebody else. Now here's the freaking deal. And I'm tired of the blame game in media. Well, if all the they used to say Russia, but they can't even say that now. Russia influenced the election. No, if we had so many people that didn't go vote, or we had so many people that voted for Jill Stein, or we had so many people that voted for Gary Johnson. He also had a lot of people that voted for Barack Obama that decided to vote for Donald Trump. They weren't all racist. These people were fed up with the status quo, and they saw Hillary Clinton as status quo, and she was status quo. And even though it was risky to trust him or not, they'll rather take their gamble with Trump than get a sure thing of business as usual, BS as usual, military complex, let's go to war, let's do that, and let's do that under Hillary Clinton. Because we will be in a full-scale war right now, because she's been planning it for 4 years now. And if we would have gave her the reins of power, she'd have crapped up and screwed up that war and any other war just like she did in Libya, Honduras, and you name it. The woman got the reverse Midas touch. She got the doo-doo touch. Whatever she touched the doo-doo. And it's figment of imagination of being the most experienced politician in the world. Where and what and how and when? I looked at her record. She hadn't done nothing where she deserved that freaking credit. Stop. There's other women in Congress right now that have done way more than Hillary Clinton. As Secretary of State, she sucks. She's not the first woman Secretary of State that we've had. We had Secretary of States that did better than her. I hate to say it, Condoleezza Rice was better at her job as Secretary of State. Colin Powell was better at the job as Secretary of State than Hillary Clinton. Come on now, get out of here. And that's a black woman and a black man in the Republican Party. So, this is what I'm saying. This is gonna put us in a position where if they knock on your door, you hand them that People's Manifesto and you say, "Hey, is your candidate running on this? Let me see that paper, because if it doesn't match with this." Not only will they not get my vote, but I'm going to tell my neighbors and friends not to vote for them either. We're tired of voting for people who are not going to do crap for the American people. All they want to do is go line up their pockets, get insurance, eat good, eat shrimp, caviar, go to these parties on our dime. And that's stopping. One of the things we're going to put in the People's Manifesto is term limits. You, as a congressman, you only get 10 years. As the president, only get 8, you only get 10. After that, you got to drop out and out of the scene for at least 5 to 10 more years. You may come back later on, another 10 years, but you're not going to be staying up in Congress umpteen years. Old as Methuselah, started off when you was a teenager, now you're 15,000 years old, and you still in Congress. You barely can hold your head up. You think I want your covered under the belt way behind and haven't been in your own neighborhoods to talk with your constituents, at least hang out? Maxine Waters, Dianne Feinstein. All right, so hey people, like I said, we're gonna draw this up. The People's PAC will be done soon. It's gonna have the basic 10 things and say, hey, if the candidate is not running on these things, we're not giving their vote. If they do not support the People's PAC, People's Manifesto, they can take a hike. They're not getting my vote. And the more people we get to sign that petition, the more it sends a message to every politician on all the aisles, on all the sides, in every party, that we got a chunk of people that's not going to support us. Like I said, it was not the fault of the people who didn't vote. You can't fault people for not voting for you if you didn't give them nothing to vote for. Do you think some people are supposed to just automatically vote by osmosis? You think people, well, I was brought up a Democratic, I suppose to vote Democrat. Not if they stabbing you in the back, Doc. Not if that politician has no track record and they suck and take money from Big Pharma and been picking Big Pharma and big corporations over you every single day. You gonna vote for them because they're D? They're not doing nothing for you. If there are a Republican, they're not doing nothing for you. We got to be smart with our votes. Our forefathers died for us to vote. Our forefathers died for us to vote for smart, intelligent people that has integrity and honor. That's what they fought for. They didn't fight for you to vote for maniacs, for criminals, people under investigation, people under indictment. That's dumb. Your forefathers will smack you in the face if you went out there and voted for a criminal for office, whether he's been convicted or not. And that's what we had. Two choices of people who were under FBI investigation. That's Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. And even though they may have not been charged, that doesn't mean they didn't do criminal acts. There's a lot of people who do criminal acts and get slapped on the wrist and not charged. So wake up, American people. The People Manifesto is coming to you soon, and we need you to participate in the manifesto, and we need you to sign a petition and help us get other people to sign a petition and put that manifesto in in your local politician's hand and let them know, hey, it's a new day, Doc. Here it is. This is what the American people want. This is what American people demand, and this is what the American people expect to get from you. Are you with it? If not, don't look for me to keep you in office. I'm looking for a person who's going to support this. And if they support this and they got hell and high water, 1,000,000,000 odds to win, I'm going to give him that 1 odd to win over you. I don't care if you are successful at winning elections. That's because I voted for you. It stops now. It stops now. This is going to be a political weapon, a political sword to yield around to either knight these politicians or take them out. This piece of document is a political sword either to knight these politicians or take them out. This ain't no game. Nobody's being punks no more. Putting on our big boy and big girl britches, and we standing tall and say, hey, no more. No more. Either give us what we want, and we'll give you what you want, or forget about it. I'm BOBTV. Peace.